Alrighty, so I'm going to show everyone in detail of everything that he was able to get done within an 8-hour span, and not even a full 8 hours, because within the 2 hours after 12, unfortunately, he lost a bolt in the skid steer that he was doing all this bush hogging with. And so basically a 6-hour span. But with the contract that we have, it states that he will still get the same amount of pay, even if something happens and they cannot come out, or they have to leave early, or whatever. But honestly, compared to everybody else, I mean, no offense, they were 2,100 in total. And everybody else, for the amount of acres that he got done, wanted almost $11,000. And he got, almost a full 3 acres. Ooh. Almost a full 3 acres done. I fell. That is a soft spot. So, I gotta make a note of that, because I didn't know that hole was there. Oh, my whole leg went into that thing. So that's pretty damn fucking deep. Yeah, but we have like about an acre and a half left to do. And we're gonna start building a 2-stall with tack room barn in this area for my Percheron and my mom's thoroughbred. So that will be nice. But yeah, and with all these big trees and everything, he's gonna have a bunch of shade. So that'll still be nice. And like I said, we still have a little bit over an acre left to do. And yeah, but we have a skid steer that we're actually going to rent out this time instead of bringing in a company to do this, because I just learned that the handyman who is also building our barn knows how to use a skid steer. And really could have done the same amount of work that this guy did in the same amount of time, maybe even a little bit more, But yeah, this is absolutely wonderful. And all throughout here to all the way, like, through these woods that all has, the potential of getting cleared up. And then this is actually where the barn is going to go. Right here. And it's a small barn. It'll be able to hold up to 2 horses and a tack room. Like right here, I'm almost at the edge of my property line. But you see, my property line goes from like, excuse me, like right here, and then slants up, like over there. So all this swampy area is actually my neighbor's property. And she's actually a really nice lady. The one that owns the 40 acres right here. But most of her acres is, unfortunately, swamp and a lake. But, we're hoping by next year to get on this side of the river, because the thing is, even though our property line ends over here, right around here, our property continues. We have like almost another 4 to 5 acres back here in total. And if we just clear this up a little bit more, and everything, we can, literally we just need to clear this up, build a tiny bridge over here, and then we can get over. Now, we won't be able to ever clear this up, this little island right here, which is sad. That is definitely sad, but it's okay. But you see this? This is actually a wild blackberry bush. And unfortunately, with all the varmints around here, they eat all my flipping blackberries. So I don't even get to enjoy those bushes. So I'm just like, just take them down. Just take down the blackberry bushes. Just mow them all down and get rid of them. Because if I can't eat it, why have it? And my thing is, it's so far from the house. So, it's not like I can watch over these little blackberries and keep them all nice and safe. Now, if they were closer to my house, I feel like we wouldn't have a problem. But, unfortunately, that is not the case. But, we're going to do quite a bit of fencing. We're going to have the fence come all the way up to this so that the horses can't go into here. Because here's the thing, like I said, this little island is unstable. Okay? It's fine for marsh animals like beavers and ducks and stuff like that. But if a horse decided to walk into this, they would get stuck. So we're not even going to allow the horses to have access to this waterway. And here's the thing. 2023 for Mississippi, even though that it really wasn't put out there too publicly, it was public, but it wasn't like, oh, hey, look, let's announce it like how Texas did. Okay, to everyone, that we're in a drought. We were in a drought. This was basically mud. okay, the summer of 2023. You could see this whole island. You could see everything. It was just mud. It was not safe. And when we realized it was not safe, we were like, okay, well, we'll fence off this area right next to the river. You know, leave enough space that we could keep this, because we're going to get this all cleaned up as well. Because we don't want no gators. You know, we're in Mississippi. We're in South Mississippi. We're going to get gators. You know? And honestly, the first time that, when we first moved here in 2023, they even told us that there was a gator out here the previous few months before we even bought this place. Now, someone came out and shot the gator. The gator is dead. But yeah. But we're even gonna, like, bring the fencing out to this little dip and everything. You know, like I said, we'll leave enough space that we can bring tools and mow it. But, you know, I want my horses to be able to, when we can get back here and clean up some of this brush. Now, none of this land back here is really good for heavier livestock animals like a horse. You know, I have almost a 2,000 pound Percheron. He couldn't go back here. You know, even though it's almost 4 to 5 acres back here, he can't go back here. The way that is, it's not safe. But eventually, I could get some birds back there, my goats back there. Because we're going to build up our goat pen. Now, we do need to set these logs on fire. These are logs we've been drying out. Now, originally what was happening was these 5 trees were rotting. And they were close enough to the house that it would have destroyed either one of our houses. And we have 2 houses on this property. Okay? But they set them on fire. But they didn't tell me how to properly set them on fire to have kindling and all that. And me being the airhead that I am, I'm thinking, oh, hey, look, gasoline or diesel fuel, they'll go in blaze and everything. And my handyman was like yesterday, no, Ashley, you need kindling as well. You need to get some of this brush up that they just did and leaves up, start piling it on these trees, and then set it on fire. I'm all like, if my dad was here, he'd have been like, seriously, girl? I know I've taught you this kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm an airhead and I forget things. But yes, all of this will turn into a horse pasture with a small barn. And even right here where you see the few geese and the grass is finally growing back, that is actually we're going to remove the birds out of there and bring them to the other pasture that we just had cleared today. And I will show y'all that. But yeah, we're going to have that all cleared up. And even behind the house, we'll have that so that if the horses wanted to go back there, they could. They could. We're going to try and have the ability to allow our horses to go where they want on the property, mostly available to them. And yes, I understand y'all are looking at the ground right now, but I hope you all respect some of my privacy and me not wanting to show too much of my house, too much of my layout. I will show you all stuff throughout the times, like when I improve some of these chicken pens, I will start showing that. When I improve the peacocks, I will start showing that. But until then, I hope you all understand that I don't really want everybody all up in my business and everything that I do. I'm trying my hardest to make something light and fluffy for me so that I have a little bit more motivation. Because here's the thing, I suffer from depression. I do. And you'd think with someone who has a bunch of animals, they wouldn't, because serotonin and dopamine and all that other stuff that's great for the brain. And it's like, yeah, well, I still suffer from depression. But, okay. So here's more of the property that he cleaned up yesterday. This is Fazio, the cute little Fazio. He is our livestock guardian dog. He comes to my house, which is known as the cat house, because I'm a cat person. All right. Now I live on this property with my mom and my best friend, who is basically like my sister. We have known each other since 2003. But they like dogs. And I've never had that big of a connection with dogs. Okay? Like, I don't hate dogs. I don't hate dogs at all. I just like them in moderation. But him, he is the best dog. He is the best dog. He'll come to my house and walk all up in my cats and be all like, okay, I'm ready for my treat now. I'm like, yes, I love that. I absolutely love that. He is a great dog. And he's barking at the mail lady. Let him know. He needs to do his job. He's a livestock guardian. Actually, the mail lady is awesome. Okay, she is. She's amazing. Whenever she has to bring a big package down to the house, because we have a pretty long driveway, she will pet him and stop and give him some love. So honestly, shout out to the mail lady. I don't know what your name is, but shout out to you. You're an amazing lady. But, yeah, I've never been able to come out over here until he's cleared this up, because it was so dense. It was so dense. I mean, you can see right there how much brush and just vines and just small trees and bushes have gone out of control. And it's like, that's what it was all here. This is all wood chips. This is all wood chips from all the trees that he took out. Okay? Like, this is amazing. He did an amazing job. And yes, I know that y'all see some garbage here and there. Okay, I'm going to come out and clean that up. You know, it's going to take a while because, I mean, it's a few acres now that I found all this garbage. But here's the thing. I didn't know that Fazio, the dog I just recently showed you, was stealing this much garbage. Because every garbage day, he would come out and, take a few things that I didn't finish from my trash. I didn't realize he was stealing full-on feed bags. He was. He totally was. And honestly, I love that boy too much to be, mad at him. I'm just like, you know what? You do your job. You protect my household. You don't hang around me too much. You give me space, kind of like a cat. And that's kind of why I like cats. You know, they're not all up and saying, yeah, love me. I love you, you know. I do have friendly cats. Don't get me wrong, but they still give me a bit of space. You know, if I want space, they give me space. But if I don't want space, they're like, oh, and you want cuddles, we'll give you cuddles. You know? But Fazio, he's kind of like that. He's kind of like that. He's even right up there right now, just giving some nice good naps in. Now, the only reason why we couldn't even go back here with the skid steer, and why we're going to have to go back here with goats, is because this part of the property is too wet. This is too wet. So if we want to clear any of this up, we have to take goats to this and then come out with handheld automatic saws. Okay? But that's fine. You know, because this is all going to be a goat pasture anyways. This is all going to be a goat pasture anyways. So honestly, leaving them some brush to chew up and munch up, I am perfectly happy with. We do have a cow, but she will not be shown too much on this channel because I don't want people to get attached. She is a meat cow. She is a meat cow. So she will be at some point turned into food for my family. And my family consists of, like I said, cats, my best friend, and my mom. And I hope that the people who do watch this understand that. But this is basically an introduction video of everything that we're going to be doing. Okay? Like I said, this is not the finished product. I hope you are all going to, you know, watch over the next year of everything that we're going to do. Because we're going to do a lot. And I hope you also respect my privacy enough that even though I am showing this, even though I'm allowing some of my privacy to be shown on the internet, that you all respect it enough that you're like, alright, we're going to leave that what she doesn't alone. Like me not showing my face. I will not be showing my face. I go through every video and I will make sure that you guys can't even see my reflection. I apologize, and I know that a lot of you are all like, oh, but we like seeing people's faces. Well, unfortunately, that's not what's going to happen here. But, yeah. We're going to make a garden. We're going to expand the pastures out to the goats and the donkeys and the birds, and even get my horse over here and my mom's horse over here. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was long. I did a lot of talking. I don't do this much talking. So have a nice day, and I'm going to end it with him because he is such a good boy. Yes. All right. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.